following is an exclusive presentation of Ravens Productions.
Coming up on this week's edition of Ravens Report, we preview Saturday's divisional matchup against the Buffalo Bills. We sit down with wide receiver Hollywood Brown and head coach John Harbaugh ahead of this game. Plus, Calais Campbell and Coach Harbaugh are mic'd up on Ravens Wired. All that and more on this week's Ravens Report.
They're dancing in the aisles. Oh, what a scene we have at M&T.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Family. Welcome into Ravens Report presented by MedStar Health. I'm Garrett Downing. The Ravens have won a playoff game with quarterback Lamar Jackson, and they got that monkey off their backs. The Ravens took down the Titans 20-13 to advance to a divisional round matchup against the number 2 seed Buffalo Bills. Now we're going to dive into that game, but before we do, let's look back at this win over the Titans because this one had a little bit of everything. This is one that Ravens fans will remember for a long time. The Ravens fell behind early. They were down 10-0 in the first quarter, but then they rattled off 17 unanswered points. They held Derrick Henry to just 40 yards on the ground, and then quarterback Lamar Jackson delivered that signature play, a 48-yard rushing touchdown that Coach Harbaugh called the best run he's ever seen by a quarterback. We had Ravens head coach John Harbaugh and defensive lineman Calais Campbell mic'd up for that game, and they take us inside the action on Ravens Wired.
1, 2, 3.
It's the second year in a row the Ravens will face the Titans in the postseason. It is a rematch from last year's playoff game. It is a rematch from the Week 11 loss to the Titans, but this is not a rematch at all because it's a completely different Ravens defense.
That's what we built this team for, right? Let's go, Marlo. Yeah.
Yes, sir! One play at a time, baby. One play at a time. Let's earn it. It ain't supposed to be easy. Set the tone. Earn it. Earn it.
Good stop, D. It's a good stop, D.
Just keep playing football, baby. 3 and out turnover. Bring the cavalry.
This is the early part of a boxing match. Each of the heavyweights sizing each other up.
Good techniques are your keys. Good techniques are your keys.
Nice job, Fee. That's it, Fee.
Second and goal, Tennessee at the Ravens 10. Ravens rush 5, Tannehill lobs end zone, touchdown, A.J. Brown, and there's no flag on the play. Well, a year ago, the Ravens fell behind 14-0. Today in Nashville, they fall behind 10-0, and once again, turnover is the problem. In the first quarter, completely dominated by Tennessee.
That's all they get. That's all they get. Nobody says to be a shutout. Whole lot of football left to play, baby. Whole lot of football left to play. One play at a time, baby.
We gotta go to school. I fought y'all.
Waiting to hit the on switch. This would be the ideal time to do it for the Ravens to climb back in this game. Jackson wants to throw. Chase from the pocket, running to his right. Slings it down the sideline, and it is caught at the 45-yard line. Mark Andrews with a reception.
That's it, Mark. Nice job, Mark. Nice job, Mark. Way to work.
On 3rd and 9, Jackson to throw. Steps up, pocket collapsing, he escapes. He's to the 40-yard line, 35-30, Lamar Jackson to the 20, leg race, 10-5, touchdown, Lamar Jackson. And the Ravens an extra point away from tying it up.
Yeah.
Touchdown, let's go.
Lamar Jackson has brought the Ravens back in this game that was dominated by Tennessee in the opening frame.
Yeah. That was so athletic to get that ball in bounds there. Not to mention
Coach,
the
to
rest
get
of the
that
play.
run to where he got it.
Yeah, I was going to say, not to mention
get
the
where
rest
he
of the
did,
play.
golly.
Exactly right. That's Lamar. Nice, way to work. Way to stay alive protecting.
You don't want no problems.
Turnover.
You don't want no problems.
Go, please.
Big series now.
Ravens rush 4. Pocket collapsing, Tannehill hit and sacked. Back at the 27-yard line, Derek Wolfe delivers on 3rd down for the Ravens.
Yeah, yes. Way to get it done. That's a great rush, Matt.
Yeah! Oh!
Go, Mark. Miles, Hollywood, let's go, baby.
Opening drive, third quarter. Wild card weekend, all tied at 10. Quick toss, Pat Ricard. He crosses the 30 with the ball, 35. You got to love about the playoffs. You talk all week long about the storyline you're sure is going to unfold, and Pat Ricard suddenly steps into the spotlight. Jackson in the gun. Hands it to Dobbins off the left side, slips in, touchdown! J.K. Dobbins, and the Ravens have their first lead of the game.
That's a statement right there.
Let's finish now. Let's go. Finish now. Let's go. Let's go. Finish, baby. Let's get it. Let's go. Finish. Let's go. Finish, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Finish.
Pat, nice job. Pat, way to make it happen. Way to get it in the end zone. Way to run that ball. Beautiful.
That's all you right here. That's all you right here. Come on.
Let's go. Dig deep.
Back, back.
This is definitely the biggest drive of the game.
Tannehill to throw. Swing pass out of the backfield. It's no good. It's broken up. Jonnu Smith was the target. He was drilled by Deshaun Elliott. 3rd and goal, tight ball at the Ravens 5. Tannehill hit, slings it complete to Henry, who's taken off his feet at the 8-yard line by L.J. Fort.
That's the way to tackle. That's the way to tackle. Yes, sir.
2:21 left to play. 1st and 10, Tennessee. Ball is at the Titans 32. One thing the Ravens defense hasn't done today is force a turnover.
Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Defense. In this.
Marcus Peters drops into coverage. Tannehill throws down the middle. It is intercepted. Marcus Peters. He returns it to the 50-yard line. Heading to the far sideline. Slides down. Inbounds.
Tuck the ball. Tuck the ball.
So part of the strategy by the Ravens defense was to put the game in the hands of Ryan Tannehill, believing eventually Tannehill would make a colossal mistake. He has.
They got 3 timeouts. We ready to go back. Finish, finish, finish. Tell us zeros on the clock. Finish, finish, finish.
Jackson will keep it on the read option. 40, 35, 30, along the far sideline. 40, and he tucks down inbounds at the 30-yard line of the Tennessee Titans.
Stay in bounds. That was the play of the game. Nice and calm here. We'll pound these guys and see what we can do and see if we can win around here, right?
All right, let's do it.
Jackson hands it off to Gus Edwards, breaks a tackle, slips through the pile. He's got a first down at the 15-yard line. And with 1:17 left to play, the hay's in the barn.
Game over! Yeah! Game over! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yeah! We did it! We did it!
Ball game! Ball game! Ball game! Ball game!
Great game. Great football game. It was.
A lot of respect for you guys.
and your
Absolutely.
team. Absolutely.
Great job.
The Ravens will take down the Tennessee Titans. 20-13 will be our final score. And Lamar Jackson and company are heading to round 2.
Did you do it? You did it. Yes, sir. Good job. It's the first one.
That victory gave head coach John Harbaugh 8 road playoff wins in his career, which is the most in NFL history. This Ravens team is dangerous on the road, especially in January, and that's going to be important this week as they have to be road warriors once again for this Saturday's matchup up in Buffalo. Still to come on Ravens Report, we sit down with dynamic wide receiver Hollywood Brown. Welcome back to Ravens Report presented by MedStar Health. I'm Garrett Downing. We all know that the strength of the Ravens offense is the rushing attack, and that was the case on Sunday against Tennessee, where the Ravens put up 236 yards on the ground, which is a franchise postseason record. But the emergence of the passing game, especially over the team's current 6-game winning streak, has been vital, and a big reason for that has been Hollywood Brown. The speedy second-year receiver has really come on strong during the second half of the year. And on Sunday against the Titans, he had 7 catches for 128 total yards. Hollywood is playing really well right now. And this week he sat down with Evan Washburn to talk about the game against Tennessee and this upcoming matchup against the Bills.
Touchdown, Hollywood Brown! Under pressure, fires to the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown, Hollywood Brown! Touchdown!
Marquise, great to see you. Congrats on your first playoff win, my man.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I mean, this is a long time coming, at least for this version of the Ravens. This fan base had been waiting since 2014 to get a playoff win. What were the emotions like in the final minutes and moments of that game, and then when you guys got in the locker room?
For me, I know personally, it felt real good, just to feel the energy from my teammates, from my coaches. We put in a lot of work during the week, and for us to just, get that win and being able to keep fighting, was a big moment for everybody.
Not only getting that first playoff win for guys like you and Lamar, but the fact that you had to come from behind. So when you're down 10, give us a sense of what that sideline's like, the huddle's like, that clearly didn't rattle you guys.
When we were down, nobody flinched. Everybody was like, we know what we have to do. We just got to go out there and do it. And, rely on the guy next to you, and we was able to get it done.
Everybody knows how close you and Lamar are, so you're a good person to talk to. We'll hear from Lamar. I think he lent his perspective to it after the game. But as you guys have spent some time in the days since, what do you think it meant to him to finally get that storyline about winning a playoff game?
Felt good, for him to just keep silencing the critics. And that's what he's been doing since he got in the league, is proving everybody wrong. It's not even about proving everybody wrong, but it's just the satisfaction of doing it. And, he's going to continue to do it. He's continued to get better and chase his goal, and that's to win the Super Bowl.
Well, you proved a lot, at least personally, to any doubters that might be sticking around. What's been the difference starting Sunday, but even going back a few games, to how you've been able to impact these games?
Honestly, it's credit to my teammates. Everybody always stuck with each other. They always lift each other up. So even if it's games, where I'm frustrated, it's not like a big deal. Guys get frustrated all the time, but it's about, our camaraderie and our family. It's about, all right, we're good. If you ain't get it this week, next week when you get it, you make the most of it. And that's how each player on offense is looking at it. When your number is called, you got to be there, step up, make the play, and have no excuses. So that's really been our mentality.
What do you like about being able to impact the game in different ways?
It's satisfying, especially when I get a block out there, spring a guy. It's like scoring a touchdown, so it's satisfying, and we love doing it. So we're gonna continue to do that.
Hollywood's an underrated blocker, is I guess what you're saying.
Oh, very underrated, very underrated. You gotta see me out there, I be scrapping with those dudes.
No doubt. Des Bryant, maybe not the production on the field, but I know there's been a lot of impact off of it. How's he impacted you?
Me personally, he done taught me a lot in his short time being here. It's never a route or any play goes by without him giving his input, and that's what I love about him. He's gonna give his input, what we could do better or what we did better. Like even on something that we did good, he like, yo, do it like that again. So he's been like the big brother to us and just coming in, helping us and showing us. He leads by example and he leads vocally. So he's been a great addition.
As you've started to turn your attention towards Buffalo, a talented team that you're gonna have to take on the road under what expected to be some challenging conditions, what have been the main priorities?
It's gonna be about how we execute and how we gotta come out there, and the most physical team gonna win this game. So we're gonna come out there and try to start fast and be physical. We know we're going into a team that's playing great football right now. So we got to go out there and make sure, we're on our A game.
Well, congrats on a great first playoff win, Marquise. Thanks as always for the time, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Now, this Bills offense ranks second in the NFL in scoring, and the Ravens are 7th in scoring. So this could be a week where some of those quick scores from the wide receivers will be big on Saturday night. But look, the Ravens have the second best defense in the NFL, so they'll be looking to slow down Josh Allen and this talented Bills offense. Still to come on Ravens Report, I'm joined by head coach John Harbaugh to break down this matchup against Buffalo.
Who will deliver in this week's game? Go to budlight.com/delivery to have your game day Bud Lights delivered right to your door.
Welcome back to Ravens Report, presented by MedStar Health. We're now joined by head coach John Harbaugh. Coach, thanks so much for the time. Congratulations on the win over the Titans. You talked after the game about how that was one of the best wins, maybe the best win that you've ever been part of. What made that win so significant?
Well, it's hard to put it into words, but I think anybody that's been a part of us, whether it's a fan or a player, a coach, or someone in the organization, understands it because they kind of lived it over the last year, really. 2020, all things that have gone on, the things we've had to fight through as a team. Our guys did a great job. I was proud of them as could be. And, we have an opportunity now to go play in the divisional round because we were able to win that game. And that's our big challenge right now as we go forward.
The page turns quickly in the NFL, especially in the playoffs. What's the key to making that transition from such an emotional win to playing a really tough opponent the next week?
Well, the best way to do it is just to put the tape on of your opponent. We're playing the Buffalo Bills. They're playing as good a football as anybody in the league right now, all three phases. They're very aggressive, very physical, very hard playing, very good football team. They execute great. They're just really good. So when you watch the tape, it sobers you up very quickly. It's time to go to work.
So, Coach, you talked this week about how the team has kind of been in playoff mode for a little while now. You had to win your last 5 games to get into the postseason. How does that experience of kind of a back-against-the-wall mentality help you now that you're in the playoffs?
Well, we'll see. I mean, I think anybody can imagine how it might help you. We've been in that mindset for sure, so it's not new to us. But, it is what it is. It's back against the wall. Yesterday's a memory. Tomorrow is not promised. We have to go earn tomorrow. So we've got to play our best football today, and that's what we're trying to focus on.
Coach, a player who's really come on strong lately is second-year wide receiver Hollywood Brown. He put together a great game, over 100 yards receiving against the Titans. What has his continued development added to this offense?
Well, he's moved the sticks for us. He's made big plays. He's made touchdown catches. He got us going in that game big time between he and Lamar with the over-the-shoulder catch down the right sideline. Those are the kind of plays you have to have in the playoffs. Plays have to get made. Marquise is making those plays for us, and we got to continue to do that. We're proud of him, what he's done, and he works hard.
Cold game in Buffalo, night game. You never know what the weather's going to be. How does that affect the preparation going into this game?
We do some certain things with the footballs and things like that to make sure the ball handlers have a feel for that, and you just you dress warmly as a coach. I can guarantee you that. I'll be dressed warmly. So it's January football in Buffalo. That's what it is. That's what you work for. That's what you dream of. You want to be a part of these games, and we're looking forward to it.
You're not going to go like the offensive lineman sleeveless, anything like that?
Oh, no, absolutely not.
All right, Coach. Hey, thanks so much for the time, and good luck this week against the Bills.
Thanks, Garrett.
Still to come on Ravens Report, former Ravens head coach Brian Billick joins us to break down the tape and look at what the Ravens need to do against the Bills.
Brian Billick's Breakdown is powered by Microsoft, the official tablet of the Baltimore Ravens.
Welcome back to Ravens Report. I'm Garrett Downing, and we're here at M&T Bank Stadium. This week, the Ravens are heading up to Buffalo for a divisional round playoff matchup on Saturday night. Now, the last time these two teams faced off was last year in Week 14, and the Ravens won that game 24-17. But look, this is a much different Buffalo team. Quarterback Josh Allen has really come on strong this year. He's put himself in the MVP conversation. He has the Bills ranked as the second best offense in the NFL. Former Ravens head coach Brian Billick joins us now to break down the tape on what the Ravens need to do to slow down that Bills offense and get a big win this weekend.
Huge playoff win for the Baltimore Ravens, 20-13 against the Tennessee Titans. And the great thing is they removed 2 bugaboos, okay? Can't come from behind. Well, they were 10 points down, they came back. And they can't win a big playoff game. Well, yeah, they won a playoff game. So now Lamar Jackson, the Ravens, can kind of put that behind them. Now, these two teams played last year, but there's only so much you can draw from it. It was a 24-17 win by the Ravens in Buffalo. And the defense, here was the big thing. The defense held Lamar Jackson to only 40 yards in 11 carries. Now, he did have 3 touchdown passes. But Sean McDermott's defense did a really nice job of limiting Lamar, particularly on the outside. What they're going to have to do is challenge the inside and be more successful on the inside running game to get the Buffalo Bills to focus in on the inside running game to open up the outside running lanes. On the defensive side now, Baltimore blitzed Allen consistently, and he was 2 of 17 in drop back passes in pressure situations, which obviously isn't going to get it done. Keep in mind now, this is a different Josh Allen. This is a different Buffalo Bills team. He has so many more options. Stephon Diggs has been spectacular. He had 128 yards last week against the Indianapolis Colts. So this is going to be a little bit different. Yeah, you can pressure Josh Allen, as you can see in the Indianapolis game, but he recognizes the pressure. He knows he can handle it. He knows he's got the right protectors. And look at this throw to Diggs on the outside. There's not 4 or 5 guys in the league that can make this kind of throw a little bit late with this kind of accuracy to the back corner of the end zone. Now, the Bills' rushing attack is nowhere near what they just faced with the Titans and obviously with Derrick Henry, but they do have a unique situation where the running of Josh Allen is something they're going to have to account for. He was the leading rusher in their game against Indianapolis, and you can see here they do it in just a very basic zone read. You're going to see he fakes to the inside, he gets to the edge. He's got both the speed and the size that the Ravens are going to have to adjust to, particularly down in the red zone and on the goal line, because he was their leading rusher last week. And then, of course, it was great to see Hollywood Brown get cranked up, had 108 yards receiving on the day. This is just a simple out route. What was one of the things we hear about Lamar Jackson? He can't throw outside the numbers. This is just one-on-one when he sees off coverage. He hits Hollywood Brown on a nothing more than a deep out. If they can make these kind of plays on the outside the numbers, that's going to stretch the defense of the Buffalo Bills, who are going to be very focused on stopping Lamar Jackson on the run game. They also are going to have to be very conscious of the fact that he can hurt them down the field. And the Baltimore Raven defense now, they're going to have their hands full. No, they don't run the ball very well, do the Buffalo Bills, but they got a lot of receivers, and Josh Allen can hurt them with their legs.
Playoff football, there's nothing like it. You can just feel the energy in the city. It's hard to believe, but that win against the Titans was the Ravens' first playoff victory since 2014. So let's hope it's the start of something great here in January. Now, I think the Ravens will get another playoff win this week if they can do a couple things. I think offensively, quarterback Lamar Jackson's going to have to hit some big plays through the air, and Hollywood Brown needs to stay hot. And then on the defensive side, I think this is a week where the Ravens need to get the pass rush going to try to slow Josh Allen and this potent Bills offense. Now, to get you ready for that game, make sure you check out the Canton Pop-Up Shop. It's a great place to stock up on all your Ravens merchandise for the playoffs. We can't wait for the game Saturday night. Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next week on Ravens Report.